Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In this modern era of globalization, it's easier for teenagers to be affected by behavioral problems if they haven't found their true self. For example, Indonesia is affected by America's ideology, liberalism ideology, the ideology of freedom. Well, freedom sounds nice, isn't it? But freedom that has no boundary can cause a lot of problems. For example, Indonesia is the country with the highest rank of drug transaction in most Asian countries from the data in 2021. In this modern era also, you can get easier access to new information. Well, some information on the internet are not really needed, such as trends. Do you know that in Tangerang, a teenager risked his own life just to make a video? Isn't that crazy? There are many factors why those events happened, but mostly and usually they are caused by identity crisis. So because of that, I, Nida Kasih Pramulia from SMAI AlAzhar3 wants to present my research about identity crisis and how to handle it with goal setting theory. Well, identity crisis itself is the inability to choose or find the right social role, or that confusion about your true self. The confusion may be formed as a confusion about your future, your powers and weaknesses, or even some can be confused about their own beliefs or even religion. Identity crisis can be caused by many factors. Author Shamsul Yusuf said that there are 7 factors that make someone has identity crisis. There are development in physical appearance, cognitive, emotional, social, moral, identity, and also religious awareness. The crisis itself, identity crisis can cause a lot of problems. Just like what I've told in the beginning. Like what Mr. Erickson said, teenagers who have not succeeded in finding their identity can have problems in their behavior, such as drug abuse, juvenile delinquency, or distrustful actions, or even depression. But even though identity crisis causes many problems, Mr. Erickson described identity crisis as not always a bad thing. Identity crisis is just a part of development, a part of growing up. We just have to handle it in the best way. There are many ways to handle identity crisis, such as, aptitude test, Menerapan test, or on the internet we have personality test, MBTI test, and many more. But after I've shared a questionnaire or Google form to 33 people, most of them are confused about their future. So because of that, I chose a method based on a theory that can help them to be more sure about their future. This theory is called goal setting theory. Goal setting theory is the cognitive approach with the idea that every individual has a desire to be able to achieve specific results and goals that are expected to be achieved. There are 5 points of goal setting theory. These 5 points will be the base of our own goal setting. These 5 points are shortened to SMART, which stands for specific, measurable, action-related, realistic, and time-based. And here are the steps of how to make one. First, prepare a paper or two and stationery, like paper and eraser. And then second, write down your goals specifically. Third, arrange those goals based on priority. And 4, give them a deadline. Example, 3 years later, and so on. 5, spread the goals to steps of goals. And then 6, if you have done, put the paper on a place where you easily walk through. For example, your desk. And then 7, give them a checklist if you have done one of the steps consistently. After I've socialized about identity crisis to my classmates, to my schoolmates, and some of them have done making one, the results were, quite amusing, I must say. From 10 students, 8 of them are more sure about their future. Well, in the future, I hope that I can get more samples, and even maybe, someday I can reach out to my friends around the world. Well, someday. I hope this method can help you to handle identity crisis, and be more sure about your future and help you to reach that dream of yours. If you've made goal setting therapy before, well, feel free to share your experience. Bye bye and see you all later.